This is what's so good here, that they work in tandem, and there's not someone thinking like, oh geez, I hope I'm not hurting her, and then I'm saying I hope they know what they're doing. You always have these guys who have, you know, such a vast amount of knowledge and schooling to help the trainers, and it's a total you just feel total confidence here. My name is Joanne. Next month I'm going to be 68 years old, and this is very important to me because about 15 years ago, I started seeing people that were my age back then, in our 50s or turning it, getting like frail, and just giving into the frailness and giving into the fact that, you know, it's inevitable. You know, I'm old, you know, and, you know, I just don't want to be that way. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to not like myself because I can't be self-sufficient. The number one thing is I did have my hips replaced, which I did need about 6 years ago, but my orthopedic surgeon wants to replace my knees, and I really don't want that. I mean, I work at a very busy dental office. I run all day. I don't really see anyone that's happy with a knee replacement. I don't have the time to take off. So, you know, I'm very disheartened because I was getting shots, and he decided, he's like, I can't help you anymore unless you're going to get it done. So, my daughter, who's also a physical therapist, told me, you go to a surgeon, you're going to get surgery. She said, I guess she talked with Matt, come to TJ, and he evaluated me. And I was very skeptical because he wanted me to do all the things that the orthopedic surgeon told me not to do. Lunges, squats. So in the classes before, when it was time to do, I would modify and do something else because that was a no-no, anything like that. TJ's right in there. No, this is what you need to build up the muscle. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to go with it, trust the process. And I have to say that it has worked amazing. Haven't had a shot, haven't needed a shot. Every once in a while, like yesterday was a 10-hour day on my feet. You know, it was a little sore, but I came this morning, I did my program with Jamie, and I'm good to go. I'm going to a concert tonight, and you know, I'm all good. How did I feel before? I was always injuring myself. Like if I pushed myself, something would injure me. And then I would back off, not come to the gym for like 2 days, and I would try to go get a shot in my knee because I had to preserve my strength for my job. I wouldn't walk in sand. That's another thing, which I'm fine walking in sand now. Now I feel like the limitations have been taken off of me. Last year, I got the whole family to go, like 20 of us, to go see Springsteen. Of course, they were 270, the seats, so they were way up high. So I started getting like anxiety about walking up those steps. And I was telling TJ, and he's like, you're gonna be fine. So I actually took a picture. One daughter was behind me, one was in front, and I was like, I looked so scared in the picture, but I made it. And then I just went to see the Stones, same seats almost, and I went ahead of everybody. No one has to watch me. I went up there and I was fine. I have more confidence. Even patients have said like my personality has changed, you know, and it's just confidence to, so, okay, I bought a truck, all right? So if I could never have gotten into my truck before I had started doing this with my knee, because that was like an issue. If I had to get in my father's truck, I used like a little stool to get in, like an old lady. Meanwhile, he's 89, fine getting in his truck. So stuff like that, you know. I don't really hesitate anymore. Like, I don't know if I should do this. You know, it's snowing out. Should I walk out there? Should I take the dog to the dog park, or is that going to hurt my knee? It's just everything. When you have pain, chronic pain, it touches on everything. So when it leaves you, it's good. So I love the way it's handled now. I train with Jamie privately, and then I love the way it's constantly moving up. Like before, I guess it was me orchestrating everything and saying, I don't feel comfortable having a new program. I just got used to this one. And I didn't have Jamie back then, and I would just, you know, stay where I was. So today, like I even had a milestone. I've been wanting to do that that entrapment thing, trap, like that. And I just felt like that was a goal, and Jamie let me do it today. And I actually was fine, right? Matt, you saw it. So I do like the way that I'm pushing myself, which I never really wanted to do before. It was like, I just wanted to like, all right, I'm done, you know? So the circuit where you try to do as much as you can. So last week, I did 3 rounds of it. And Jamie said to me, is there any way you could do 4 today? And I was like, yeah, because I won't ever say no if you say that to me. So I did 4 and I was fine. Now the next time I do the circuit, I want to do 5. Everybody since day one, I'm talking 10 years ago, they know your name. One time I thought I had my name on my back because it was like, I can't believe he knows my name. And I've been to gyms, although my husband says she just joins them, she never goes. This is 40 years of marriage, but this is the first one that I really go to. I did join a lot of gyms and, you know, went for 7 days and then that was it. And a lot of it was because I felt like an idiot there. Like I'm walking around and I don't know, and there are little things that you can look to see how you use something, but, you know, it's terrible to feel that way, like that you don't know what to do and there's no one to help you. So the recovery time, that's what I'll talk about. So I'm gonna say, like, before I joined the gym that I, Relentless, which is probably like 2013, 14-ish, I was taking sheets out of my washer and I hurt my back. And I went to a chiropractor and it was like, you know, it was that violent movement and, you know, it took me weeks to get better. And now, I mean, that would never happen to me. I never could take the water and I had to get my husband, can you bring in the case of water? And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm fine, I could do it. You know, I could lift it up in the truck. I'm very much self-sufficient now. I will say that. And if I do tweak something, I recover. And I noticed that movement helps you recover. Not sitting there with ice on it and just laying there and, you know. So yes, the recovery time is amazing. So being strong, confident, able to accomplish things by myself, being self-sufficient is very important to me to set an example for my children, my brother's children, actually my brother, who has also come along this journey. It's very important to me that I am a lighthouse. I'm not a tugboat. I'm shining there, showing them what I can do at my age. And I don't even like to say my age, I don't care who knows it, but it's like, I don't want to use that as an excuse. You know, oh, I'm 68, I can't do this. Because I'm not going down without a fight. I started out with TJ, and I graduated to Dr. Andrew, and he did a lot of things for me. He actually, when I tell him a problem, he sits there, because I tell my daughter this all the time, he sits there and he thinks of something and then he works out a way what we're gonna do to fix that, okay? The first thing was pulling out on Route 9 with a brand new truck, okay? I would have to like almost like look in the rear view mirror and like it was so hard for me to watch the cars go by, and I was telling him that I can't really turn that way. So probably within like 3 or 4 visits, I'm fine. I'm pulling out on Route 9 and busy traffic. In fact, I just had to go to Bergen County. Pulling out on Route 17 or Route 4 is a lot different, and I was fine doing that. He helps me with everything. If I say that this is a little sore, it's because of my job, because I work on teeth all day, so I'm bent over like this, and he undoes it for me and advises Jamie what things to do. See, this is what's so good here, that they work in tandem. And there's not someone thinking like, oh, geez, I hope I'm not hurting her. And then I'm saying, I hope they know what they're doing. You always have these guys who have, you know, such a vast amount of knowledge and schooling to help the trainers. And it's a total, you just feel total confidence here.